This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the C-05 Transformers Missing Link Sunstreaker figure. What we see here is the outer box. It is very boring, so let's just get rid of it. And inside, well, would have been inside if it was already inside, is our Sunstreaker in a box. Fun fact, Sunstreaker was the first Transformer I ever had. So I'm kind of excited about this one, although I'm also kind of horrified because I know what he looks like in robot mode. That being said, the front of the box looks good. It's the Japanese design. If we turn it forward like this, we can see the building instructions, the transformation instructions, kind of simplified. If we turn it to this side, we see a robot in vehicle mode. And if we turn it this way, we also see a robot in vehicle mode. And when we go all the way to the back, we see a tech spec. I will have to translate whatever that is later on and put it up here. Cybertron Sunstreaker, Roll Warrior, Change Supercar. Capabilities: the polymer steel body is resistant to missiles. Vain and confident in their own beauty, always confident even in dangerous situations. He is a calm warrior. Dedicated surface-to-air guided missile and flare gun. Well, let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Alright, so setting all the weird equipment aside for the moment. Here we got Sunstreaker in his vehicle mode. Wheels are pinned on. They seem to move pretty well, although he does like to kind of move at an angle when you push him. Underside looks good. You honestly couldn't tell he was a robot in disguise looking at the bottom. Front looks nice. Although, I do think they probably should have gone ahead and used the smoked plastic here. I think they used that on the original Sunstreaker, but that also may have just been in the US. We've got some detailing on here that are not sticker related that would have been a sticker in the old days, right here. I'm sure he comes with stickers, but of course I'm not going to put those on because I don't like putting stickers on. But yeah, overall the vehicle mode looks really nice. And we will try transforming him without using the instructions. Oh, the Autobot symbols are painted on there too. That's good. Although this, I don't know, I feel like this should be up in the black part. Especially since it kind of goes next to the corner there. If you guys can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can transform him. Pop that up. Pull the legs down a little bit. Oops. There we go. Split the feet. Slide them over. Flip it up. Huh. That little bit rotates with them. That's interesting. I was kind of wondering, although it doesn't look like it's designed to spin all the way, although if it does spin, then there must be a reason for that, right? Oh shit. Check that out. I just pulled that apart. So we flip that down out of the way. Then we can kind of move this, flip it out, and it down. Why is this design? Oh, I see. There's a fist trapped in there, but my fat fingers can't get it out. There we go. Now we gotta like pull the top out a little bit and move it back. There's Sunstreaker's head. That little thingy's gotta be moved into position. Flip the back part back in place. Huh. No, that's gotta be the right way, like that. You know, it's one of those things where you kind of forget how disproportionate the Transformers actually were. Now, of course, we can take the original fist and stick it in here, I'm sure. Yeah. So, just check out the size difference there on those two fists. Of course, these things are supposed to go up on here. Which may have been one of the dumbest kind of things. Although, you can also stick that on the fist port as well if you wanted to. I guess that was technically some sort of weapon storage kind of a thing for the Diaclone. I honestly thought I'd broken the arm earlier when I tried to transform it. And that opened up. This is so awkward. But here, we got him in robot mode here, but I just want to show you the details here again. If you can see them well enough. But yeah, these are stickers also, and they're painted in there now. It looks good painted. We have his, whoops, we have his gun. Actually, you know what? He does look surprisingly good. I was expecting it to be kind of like a horror show, but that actually looks really nicely done right there. I mean, the proportions are kind of weird, but, you know, again, it's Transformers, so who cares, right? I like the fact that we have a bunch of paint-on apps instead of stickers for everything. Although, there might be a sticker sheet in with the other stuff here. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. However, let's go ahead and look at his articulation in robot mode. The head can spin left to right. You can also look down due to transformation if you wanted, but you can't look up really, unless you want to break it. We do have a hinge here to kind of do an upward joint, but we can spin the shoulder all around sideways. And then because the arm is not attached there, you can put it out far. We have a single joint in the elbow. The wrist actually does spin, showing that you can give articulation to wrists. We do not apparently have a waist spin though. However, we do have a nice thigh cut here. And a single joint in the knee. And there is, in fact, a rocker on there. And apparently, you do need to be a little bit careful, though, because this can get jammed up there, like it just did for me. We take a look at the back of this guy. Like, they did a good job kind of cleaning him up with that, to kind of help make the back look nice. Otherwise, it would be that kind of a horror show back there. And I don't remember if the original Sunstreaker actually had a bit back there or not. Maybe it did, but I do not remember. Because while Sunstreaker was my first Transformer figure, he was not one I've ever really tried to get a replacement for. We have our little... Oh, this is funny. Okay. So here's our little Diaclone driver. They didn't paint the back of his shirt. Sure, he's wearing a backless shirt. So this would be the seating spot for our little Diaclone driver. All right, here's our there's our Diaclone pilot. Yeah, now we can close that up. Man, that has got to be an awful position to be in. See if you can see him through the window there. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. I actually do like this one. Not enough to buy the recolors that they've done, but, you know. We also have these little missile things, which, I'll be honest with you, I do not feel like taking them off the sprig. Because I am... Well, because I'm not going to use them really for anything. But they too would just plug into his hand socket when you have that hand inside. Just like the big old fists did. Yeah, okay, so that's cool. Let's take a look at what came with him. I don't know why they always use the super strong tape for that part. Alright, first up we have our tech spec. So we can see the different numbers there. This is kind of one of those features that were kind of a fun thing for Transformers, but they got rid of it, which is a shame. But here would be that sticker sheet we were talking about. Like I said, I have no intentions of putting any of these stickers on, but it does actually include the same ones. Like there's the one for the engine right there. These would have gone up there, or I guess you can replace them with yellow if you want. Some of them are some slight varieties or variances to the other ones. So you could cover up the painted ones if you wanted, but I'm not going to do that because that's stupid. Because this looks really nice like this. Like, I don't know why you would want to do any of that other stuff. Here we have a little card. Kind of a weird looking position for him, but again, with a little bit more information, which I think looks like it matches up to what's on the back of the box. We have the instruction sheet. You know, I probably should have put the figure in while he was in vehicle mode. Also, those are upside down. Oh. I never thought about those one things being used in vehicle mode also. We're going to transform him back into vehicle mode before we finish this one. But yeah, here's the pictures showing the different armaments being put in his hand socket. Oh yes, and let's not forget, well, we'll do that in vehicle mode also. But we do have the rub symbol. But now we have the little informational sheet, which instead of, well, I guess it is actually giving us a guide to show all the different ones here. Our two Optimus Primes, our Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, which I realized I have not actually done a review for the Cliffjumper yet. I kind of forgot about that one. And there's some Transformer fighting artwork there. And then on the other side, whoops, good lord. Again, more fighting artwork. But then we have some like more detailed information on the figures, including there's our white police version, which I'm not buying because I'm not spending the money on it. Although the Diaclone figure with him does appear to be more in a matching uniform in that case. Also, the rub site is on his bottom of his foot, not his thigh, like or calf, like with Sunstreaker here. But let's go ahead and transform him back. Well, that was a... So, his fist is a bright yellow fist, and the room I'm in has a brown hardwood floor, and somehow I cannot find the fist. So, I will leave the fist off for now. We'll just flip that back to where it was. Take these things out for the moment. Open the back up. Open the chest back up. That's kind of weird. Oh, that's why. I gotta slide the feet over. And then those things peg into those little peg holes. When the foot slide back over. Put a little diaclone pilot back in there. And I screwed something up because it's not straight. There we go. That's not... okay. Oops. So there we go. We got our diaclone pilot in there. We've got those little things on the back. I don't think that really improves that look very much. And, of course, we've got the Autobot rub symbol. Proof that yours is a true Transformer and not a knockoff. Oopsie. Unfortunately, they don't have anywhere to really store the weapons on these guys. But you know what? We were kind of talking about the diaclone figure earlier. So why don't we take a quick look at his articulation. The head doesn't move. The arms do spin in a 360 around, but nowhere else does it move. The legs, on the other hand, do in fact have separate movement. They're not connected together. Oh, that's interesting. There is like a pin in the bottom of the feet. Did diaclones have any like magnetic stuff for them originally? Is that why that's there? Or is that just to try to keep the ankles from breaking, do you think? No, they definitely don't feel like they're magnets. But also that like... that little like bit on the foot that kind of pushes out. I'm kind of wondering if that's designed to fit in some kind of slot in vehicles to stand. So looking at this figure right now, I want to say, I didn't realize it when I first started talking about it, but I am fairly certain that he's actually coming with Sideswipe's gun. Because now that I think about it, I don't believe the original Sunstreaker release came with one. Because those fists that plugged in didn't have holes in them to hold it. Of course, obviously they don't now, but I don't think they did back then either. And that's part of the reason why they're designed the way they are right now. So it is kind of nice that they gave us a hand that can hold the weapon and gave us a weapon to go with it. I also appreciate that they did give us the extra fists so that you can have them look like the original version if you wanted. It's kind of a shame they didn't do that with the Optimus Prime, but, you know, so be it. But I am definitely very impressed with what they're doing with the Missing Link Transformers. You know, the Optimus Prime, when it came out, that was kind of cool. Like, I wasn't expecting to see any more done. Then we got the Bumblebee and the Cliff Jumper. Those turned out really good, or at least the Bumblebee did. I'm assuming the Cliff Jumper did as well, because I still haven't actually opened up that Cliff Jumper. I should do that at some point in the near future. The fact that they're able to get this Sunstreaker to look this good in robot mode with this kind of articulation is just breathtaking. I do not think you will be disappointed in this figure if you buy it. So yeah, if you're interested in the Missing Link Transformers, I would say go ahead and order Sunstreaker. Get him now while you still can. He is a nice looking figure. But why don't you guys let me know what you think in the comments below? And are you collecting the Missing Link figures? And are you going for all of the versions? Because let's not forget too, Bumblebee and Cliffjumper have more quote cartoon accurate versions also, which I don't really give a crap about. I kind of like the old toy versions better. But if you enjoyed my nonsense, please feel free to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this look at our Missing Link Sunstreaker, please feel free to streak across that like button. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.